Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jelly, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today is going to be episode 2 of starting my new server. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be doing daily episodes like this moving forward in the future, but what I do know is that really early on in the game, there is so much to be doing and so much to be working on at the same time. And I just kind of I like what I did yesterday with the whole time lapse thing. If you guys did enjoy the time lapse, let me know. I thought that was kind of cool for you guys to be able to witness stuff and then stopping it when something important or something of note comes up. I think that that's going to be the way that I handle this moving forward, at least. Now, another thing that kind of happened is I was talking to my alliance yesterday, and they kind of want to be able to see what it's like to be a very minimal spending account. So, what I decided to do is I decided to load up all that money yesterday on the video. I have $15 worth of gold bricks for myself, which actually equated to 30 because they match your first $15. Now, from here on out, I'm pretty much only going to be spending on one more thing, and it's going to be the big thing that I'm going to be spending on, and that's going to be Taylor. Now, I do want Taylor, and I really want her big version, her gold version. So what I'm going to be doing is once I get to VIP 7 here, I'm going to be unlocking both her $100 and her $50 pack. It is $150, but I think that this is the best investment long term for anybody. And when I go ahead, and I think it's either going to be this week or maybe even next week when I decide to re-record my best purchases video, just like I did in the last time, it's going to be Taylor as my #1 purchase because I do strongly believe that she is the best purchase that this game has to offer. That being said, outside of that 150 and $30 that I spend, I'm not going to be dropping another dollar unless I am told to do so by my alliance. But again, when I do or if I do, you guys will be kept in the loop. I promise that. So now, without further ado, you guys are just going to go ahead and jump. Well, you're going to jump straight into a time lapse while I'm just going to pretty much unlock around my base. Let's get up. I'm only town hall, or wow, thinking of Clash of Clans. I'm only headquarters level 10. Just like I left off in the video yesterday, I haven't been upgrading a whole lot. I mean, I have been, but I didn't want to go too much into the future without you guys being kept in the loop. So I'm going to take my face cam off, and I hope you guys enjoy this time lapse. Alright, so we made it to a good point where I can now stop and finally talk to you guys a little bit more. So as you can see, I did just finally unlock the arena. That is very, very important to know because early on, this arena is going to be a great way for you to get 1,000,000,001 things that you may not have gotten before. And I'm going to show you guys, just for example, really quickly what I'm talking about. If I come over here to the arena, you can see that there's a rewards tab up here in the top. Obviously, you're going to be able to get a bunch of Monica shards, a bunch of honor points, diamonds, and even resources. But if you look at the reward over here, depending on where you finish, like 20,000 honor points is really good for number one. Now, granted, it's very unlikely that you'll get there, but there is the opportunity for you to get there. Now, it looks like this has changed a little bit from the last time I did this because the last time I did this, it was very much so you could get like the Statue of Liberty and stuff like that, but it seems like they've taken a step back from that. I'm very curious to see why the reasoning is. I'm not here to question it. Well, I guess I am here to question it. That's exactly what I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, no, I'm a little bit confused with what's going on with that. I guess we'll see as we go on. But even just making sure that you're doing your challenges and fights, like I'm getting 200 honor points and 500,000 hero XP. That's really good for you, especially before the age. But like the level of 20, the hero XP goes a lot faster than it may seem. I am speaking from experience here. I know just how fast it goes. Also, that's why I only have certain heroes leveled up and not all of them, being because obviously it makes no sense for me to level up, let's say, let's go over to my heroes. Like, why would I level up Gump right now? I don't need to. I'm going to continue to level up my heroes, and you guys will see that in the next speed up montage. But as of right now, my main focus is just trying to get as much as done as possible because trying to get up an HQ level and trying to get my tech up is very important to me. I try to do both simultaneously. Like, I only got 3 minutes left on this, so might as well do it. But yeah, that's pretty much what you guys have been watching in the background. I'm very glad that I now have the arena done because it's an important milestone, and very soon I will also have the drone, and I'll talk to you guys when I have the drone. So yeah, peace. So we got our drone. As you guys can see here on screen, we got our drone. Been leveling it up a little bit because much as I'm trying to save a lot for VS, I'm also trying to be somewhat competitive right now. So just going to upgrade it for now. And then pretty much after that, it's just going to be more unlocking the base until we get down to the truck area. And then once we unlock trucks, we don't actually unlock trucks until like tomorrow, I do believe, or something like that. Something close to that. So I guess we'll see. Let me go check the monument actually, because that'll tell me directly when we get trucks. We get trucks on day 4. That's when we're able to get them. And then we get our train on, oh, I don't know. When do we get train now? Thought it was maybe you do get train on day 4 now. Okay. That's interesting. They used to be separate. But I guess we get train on day 4 now too. That's pretty cool. No, escort trading trucks. Yeah, so when do we get the train? I'm kind of curious to know. Very curious actually to know. I guess we'll find out as time goes on, but it just kind of caught me off guard. I don't know where the other one is unless I just scrolled right past it. City Clash, City Clash, City Clash, Alliance Duel on day 14, Desert Storm, City Clash, Capital Conquest. Wonder when we get it now. That's definitely changed a lot since I last started. I mean, you guys saw my last I got to turn this light on so it helps you guys see me better. You guys saw my last video, or not my last video, but my one video where I was talking about the train and whatnot and what you need. I guess we'll figure it out. I'm trying to get to HQ 14, and I can. Let's go ahead and get this help, and then HQ 14 is going to be a huge win because this is kind of where I wanted to be after my first 24 hours in the server. It's been a little bit over 24 hours, not by much. It's been like 25 hours or something like that since I last recorded. And again, I didn't do anything when I wasn't recording, strictly because I wanted to try to keep as much of this as for content as possible for you guys. And my hope is to have pretty much my HQ. I want to go in increments for like level 3s and whatnot. That's kind of my hope. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm going to try to go in increments of 3 and we'll see. But otherwise, I'm just going to go back to doing a montage because as of right the second, I don't have a whole lot to share. And yeah, be right back. All right. So one thing to keep in mind while doing like this beginning game stuff is that you need to have a goal in mind. And my goal right now is to get to level 20. It's going to be a little while before I get there clearly, and because resources are obviously a huge problem for me right now. But my goal to get to 20 is a pretty good goal. And the reason for mine is because I'm trying to be able to get gear. I want to be able to get orange gear as fast as possible. But you need, it says 10 now. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's very different. I thought that was always 20. Okay, well, I guess we'll see if we can get it up to 10. See if that makes any difference really quickly. Because if you can do it at level 10 now, that's a game changer. Or is it 20 that you're able to upgrade? I can't remember. I thought it was always just, it was 20 to make it. I guess we're going to find out together really quickly. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, what's your favorite part about early game LastWar? Mine personally has to be when we actually get to do land stuff. I love doing the land so much. I think it's such a fun experience, especially when not everybody in your server's on the same page. You're like scrambling. I find that to be a bit fun. All right, now let's see really. Oh, you can. Did not know that. Okay. That's good to know. So you only need to get that to level 10. Well, all right. That's good to know. Level 20 though, I'm still gonna be aiming for level 20. Today's July 22nd, so hopefully by like July 31st. So by the time that the month turns, I'll be level 20 already. I have no idea though what that's gonna look like. I don't know what people are gonna be spending here, what's gonna be available for me, all that fun stuff. And as of right now, I just upgraded a few of my heroes. I'm going to be, I don't know if I'm gonna main tank or if I'm gonna try to mix it up there. I haven't decided yet what squad I'm going to be running, but that is also another thing that you guys should be doing when you're going into new servers. You should go into a new server with a plan of action. Are you going to run tank? Are you going to run air? Are you going to run missile? Are you going to run a mix? Obviously, that huge Carly issue that has just broke the internet, and by the internet I mean LastWar, that can definitely put a damper on whether you want to run air or not. I haven't decided. Air is my absolute favorite, so I'm still leaning air, but I haven't decided if that's going to be my final judgment there. But ultimately, also, it also comes down to whether you're going to be spending or not. Now, I've obviously already talked about my spending and what I've talked about with my alliance and stuff. And I think I'm going to allow myself to spend at least on battle passes because I think that that's a pretty, like, I said this yesterday's video. Yes, it's a necessity, right? I have no idea, like, what is the proper way to get heroes without, like, do I have to wait for glittering market? Do I have to wait for total mobilization? Do I have to wait for it? Whatever, comes out ultimately, I think that the $20 or $40 or $60 a month that you spend on battle passes, sometimes less, sometimes more, evens out in the end because sure, I spent $60, but now I actually have a somewhat competitive chance against everybody else because everybody else who's buying those battle passes already has better heroes than me. I think that that's a pretty good thing for people to know in general. Like, I want everybody to understand that. I think something that's very important is understanding that you have to, again, have a plan of action. For me, I think I might end up going missile here. It's really hard to go missile free to play or very low spending, but it's like, it's so hard to tell. I'm probably going to end up just going tank, to be honest with you. It's such a brutal problem when you're very low spending. Now, to be fair, the gap between free to play players or very low spenders and heavy spenders isn't that big now. Now, granted, it is early on, but right now I could buy everything that's available to me for under $500, which is more than feasible for a good majority of like the whales or dolphins in this game. Like $500 is nothing. Like, people were spending thousands a day that I know. Like, I know a couple people that were spending close to 1,000 a day because the daily store. And now that that's just not available, and it's like you can spend 1,000 a week now, it's definitely going to change the way that this game is played. And it seems like they're just, I'm going to be honest, it seems like they're murdering all of our favorite heroes, especially with that Carly debuff. That really bothers me. It's just one of those things for me. So I'm probably going to end up just going tank because Carly got murdered in her recent update. Missile is just a little bit out of touch or out of reach for a very low spending. Okay, so yeah, we got 35 hours until the train is there. Um, I think missile might just be a little bit too out of touch for or out of reach for a free to play or low spending player. I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on that though. Do I have any free to play or very low spending players in here that run missile as their main? I'm curious. Um, because it is tough to keep up with. It's very, very tough to keep up with, especially when you consider that 99% of all the other free to play players are going to be running tank because, as I talked about in my, the movie that I made recently where I'm going over every hero and they're typing, tank is the most used hero type in the game. It's like the statistics were released. It's like 78% of all players use tank squads as their main squad. And that makes sense because you get tank before everything else. But it does lead to disparity where if you're not spending heavily on a missile squad, you're going to lose to your fellow free-to-play players that are also running not missile, but tank. And now you have a disadvantage there. You're obviously not going to beat the other whales that are running missile. And for your medium spenders that are running air squad, sure, you might be able to beat them, but if they're spending hundreds more than you, you're still probably going to lose. It's definitely a catch-22. Like, no matter what you do, you're SOL. But I'm I think I'm gonna lean tank here. We'll see though as time goes on. We'll see what they do to change, because there's obviously going to be more changes. The developers of this game are obviously going in a different direction than what was originally intended for this. So I'm just going to go right back into the time lapse because I don't want to bore you guys too much with this. And if I come up with something else to think about, I will let you know. Not sponsored, but definitely not a sponsorship. Bum energy though, fire. All right, so we've done quite a bit of around the base work here. I am probably going to end this because at this point I'm just doing like forever walking around my base. There's nothing important going on. I still can't get enough resources to get the things that I need to get done. That's okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I will continue to work off camera around, but I'll keep all the main like big things for on camera. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my base too because I hate when it's like like this. I hate when it's messy. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up off camera just because I don't see a point in boring you guys with this. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure that you are subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, and commenting down below. You guys can always start fresh if you want. There is going to be room on 2300 for everybody to come join. I can't promise that you guys are going to be able to join my alliance, as I said in my last video, but you guys are more than welcome to come over here, level up, and build a mega server with us. We're just gonna have a grand old time over here. But yeah, again, sorry for the long outro and sorry for me rambling. Appreciate y'all. Jelly out. Peace.